While I finish my grapes, you guys want to watch a little video? From the More Perfect Union, a group calling themselves No Labels has suddenly emerged out of nowhere, out of the blue, to financially back Kristen Sinema to make her a spoiler candidate in the Arizona election or to keep her in office. One of the two. They're also floating the idea of running Joe Manchin for president. Okay, so these guys, their politics is just money and memes. Okay, it's either money or memes or both. And I'm not sure necessarily which, but I guess we'll find out, right? We dug into them and found a whole lot of billionaires with a history of opposing democracy. Now, that's curious, is it not? It's not like Kristen Sinema is going to be denying money no matter where it comes from, so I want to take a look.
Announced she was abandoning the... When Kirsten Sinema recently announced she was abandoning the Democratic Party to run for re-election as a third-party candidate...
You're here to make a significant announcement.
I've registered as an Arizona independent.
There was one organization that was absolutely psyched.
A centrist group called No Labels.
No labels.
No labels.
They call themselves No Labels and bill themselves as a centrist group seeking common sense solutions for the majority of Americans.
Is this like... Can you imagine if that's like Andrew Yang? He's behind this again. Like his launch of the Forward Party crashed, and so he went underground, undercover, and is now has like a dark money group. Fascism light.
No Labels is quietly mobilizing a major bid to launch a bipartisan unity ticket.
But we followed a money trail that leads through Aspen, luxury resorts, jaunts to Europe, and undisclosed locations in Washington, D.C. to discover a deeper story about who is behind No Labels and what's really in it for them.
That's kind of scary. I'm so excited to listen to this guy tell me about how our democracy is a banana republic while he's wearing a Street Fighter 2 shirt. It's all coming together. Yeah, no labels, bro. I got a label for you. It's fascism. I got another label, dumbass. How about that? Listen, I got a lot of labels for you, okay? Some of them I can't even say on Twitch. Here's another one for you. 3-head. Nerd. There's a label for you. Common sense. Unity ticket. Can you imagine somebody trying to pass a unity ticket? Kirsten Sinema and Joe Manchin as a ticket. Kirsten Sinema, obviously, for president. Joe Manchin as vice president. You know for a fact that shit would just crumble. Ain't nobody voting for that. It would be the most funny. It would be Goldwater 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm telling you, man. It would be so over. Forward Party collapsed. Have you heard of them? They absorbed 2 other centrist parties. That is so funny. But have you heard of them? I've heard neither head nor tail of the Forward Party. Wait, is the Forward Party monopolizing centrist do-nothing loser parties? Holy crap. Are they going to gobble down the People's Party as well? Can you imagine? In like a year? Yeah.
Up until this point, No Labels has really just been a gilded cabal of dark money, a lobbying group that worked on the inside. For this upcoming election cycle, No Labels is actually becoming its own political party, and they're aiming to run a bunch of corporate-sponsored third-party candidates in critical elections. We're not talking random weirdo candidates either.
Mandatory toothbrushing law.
You'll probably recognize some of their names. Along with Kirsten Sinema in Arizona, rumor has it that they want Joe Manchin to run as an independent against Joe Biden for president.
Nice.
Usually running a third-party candidate is a bit like lighting money on fire.
Okay. They're Republicans. Good to know. You're like, oh, they're centrist party. They're centristy. They're Republicans. That's what you mean. They want Joe Manchin to try to be a spoiler candidate to Joe Biden by running as an independent. Sure. Okay.
And with more than $70 million raised already for this operation, No Labels is going to be hosting a bonfire. It begs the question, what's in it for the people behind the scheme? As a result of a 2010 court ruling, No Labels' political arm does not have to disclose its donors while it works to get online on election ballots.
That should be illegal.
Thanks to some sleuthing, we do know a fair amount about No Labels' past donors. Coca-Cola, General Electric, pharma giant Johnson & Johnson, and oil and gas company Pioneer Natural Resources have all made 5-figure donations to No Labels over the years.
That is so interesting. You're telling me conservative companies who have a vested interest in Republican policies making their profits higher while reducing the amount of money by ratio that your average stakeholder has. No way. No way. That's crazy.
So has the Consumer Technology Association, whose members as of 2020 included Amazon, AT&T, Google, Humana, Nvidia, Verizon, Walmart, and others. We'll get to why they're throwing so much money at this effort in just a second. Private equity firms, you know, the people gutting hospitals, nursing homes, and driving up your rent, love Kyrsten Sinema. And it turns out they're big fans of No Labels.
I love how she dresses like a villain from a kid's Sunday, you know, morning cartoon. She always dresses like she's up to no good. She always dresses like she's up to literal evil. She dresses like a Bond villain. She should, if she had a Russian accent, bro, she would literally just be your average Bond villain. Bi villainy. Yeah, a bi villainess. She really does, right?
Kyrsten Sinema. And
you know what she looks like? She looks like that meme. Have you guys seen this meme? The waiting for this bitch mother to stop crying so I can tell her that I increased her rent so high that she won't be able to afford to live here next month. Like that meme landlord, like that, sorry, meme landlord, like that landlord meme. I love that meme. Yeah, she looks like that.
And it turns out they're big fans of No Labels too. Puck News recently revealed that Steven Schwartzman, the billionaire CEO of private equity giant Blackstone, is a major donor to the group. Blackstone's business model is built on exploiting major economic downturns and national crises like COVID and the Great Recession. The billionaire hedge fund
I just find like I find the open villainy to just be so funny. It's funny. It's just so funny. Hey guys, so our business model is to make money off of human suffering as much as possible. Oh, your family got kidnapped and tortured to death. Oh, there's money to be made there. Oh, your entire city got swallowed up into a massive sinkhole. Your lives cut short by natural disasters. Woo! Let me tell you. Are these the guys who are against pushing like gun legislation because they have stake in body armor, in like a body armor company? Our business model is to make as much money off of human suffering as possible. Welcome to Blackstone. I'm just trying to soak up the small amount of natural light I have left for the next like 30 minutes, hour or something until it's all gone.
Fund CEO Louis Bacon also got in on the action. He maxed out his contributions to Kyrsten Sinema and tossed $1 million to No Labels a week after doing the same for the Republican Party. Then there's Nelson Peltz, a billionaire investor and major Trump backer.
He's been my man through the last 4 years because he's done amazing things for the economy, amazing things.
He gave $900,000 to two No Labels.
Just so you know, if a multi-billionaire or somebody who runs a multi-billionaire like company tells you that a certain XY politician did good things for the economy, that means that they screwed over your average working class person. Every single time. Me waiting for the single mother to finish complaining about being unable to afford food to tell her that I raised her rent. I'm waiting.
Labels packs and maxed out to Kyrsten Sinema. Then there's James Rupert Murdoch, the son of Fox News founder Rupert Murdoch, the media magnate who has done more harm to democracy than nearly anyone on the planet. Okay, except for maybe one person. Harlan Crow, a Nazi memorabilia collector and Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas's billionaire benefactor. Crow donated one.
This is Sugar Daddy. I actually plan to make a video on like Crow being Clarence Thomas's sugar daddy sometime soon. Oh, the Nazi? Yeah, the guy who collects Nazi memorabilia. I'm just, you know what's crazy to me? I am salty. These people made a video about me the same week it came out that a black Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is getting is his sugar daddy is a guy who literally collects Nazi memorabilia. A guy who literally, a guy who's like on the Supreme Court for life. These people made a video about me as bros literally making tea in Hitler's personal teapot. This guy literally bought a house for Clarence Thomas's mom. It is so deep. It is so deep. Honestly, it may even be one of the deepest. Nazi memorabilia collector convicted of possessing more than 10,000 pornographic images. Children, mind you. 10,000. 10,000. 10,000. I saw somebody make a like talk about this for a little bit. I just think it's remarkable. You know, they said verbatim, why do people who like are pedos and are into child like CP, why do they like never have a reasonable amount of porn? You know what I mean? It's like there is no reasonable amount of CP, but it's just like the amount of porn that I would imagine your average person who watches porn have on their like computer or their phone, you know? Because I'm not telling you if I have any porn on my like downloaded porn on my computer or my phone. I'm not telling you that. What I will say is that if I like, I would imagine like if somebody who did, they wouldn't have 10,000 images or pictures. The research folder. 10K is insane. It's always like, yeah, it's always like 25. It's never like a video and 2 pictures or something. It's always like 25 terabytes. It must be the mental illness. It must be the mental illness. It must be they always need like the amount of server space that Amazon needs for its cloud service. You know, it's never just like a little bit. It's always, you're right. It is just all or nothing. And it is sick. Any is sick, but all is the nastiest that you could possibly get. It's Nerf or nothing. Please, I beg of you, stop. If a Nerf representative was here when you said that, you'd be having a lawsuit your way. Lickety split.
$130,000 to no labels between 2019 and 2021, according to documents obtained by the New Republic. But why would the billionaires at No Labels want Sinema on the ballot so badly? For one, they're really big fans of her work. Let's follow the money trail back in time to September 2021, when Democrats were trying to hammer out their massive Build Back Better bill. It was filled with super popular programs like universal childcare, which even 70% of Republicans approved of. You would think that No Labels would be all in on something that so united the country, except that it would have been paid for by raising taxes on the wealthiest Americans.
Oh.
Given the choice between national unity and hoarding billions of dollars, you can probably guess which one an organization with a coal power plant owner, a plastics maker and fossil gas owner, a defense contractor executive, and corporate lobbyist on the board wound up choosing.
Okay. It's the whole rogues gallery. That is so funny. Like, can you get people in worse industries doing worse things for the planet? Plastics maker, weapons contractor, lobbyist, coal baron. What's next? The guy who makes the torture devices the CIA uses to people in developing nations? Like what else? A Guantanamo Bay enthusiast? It's a bingo, yeah, right? It's just all of them. It's the League of Supervillains. All like the League of Supervillains against the world, all coming together to prop up Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. I think that says more about them than I ever could in any video I could ever make ever on ever.
Sinema made the same choice, refusing to sign on to a bill that raised taxes on billionaires. And as a leaked email revealed, No Labels appreciated it so much that the director of the Billionaire Front Group sent an email telling all of his donors to call Sinema's office and express their gratitude.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Shigaraki could never. Listen, if I had the option between living in the My Hero world with goddamn Shigaraki running around and this world, honestly, I think I'd hedge my bets with getting turned into dust by Shiggy than live with this woman in Congress. If I'm gonna be honest with you, it'd be a hard thinky. It'd be a big thinky. That's why she voted no. That's why she voted no. That cute little you know. like she's the empress of Rome watching, telling the guy to kill the gladiator who just
the same
lost.
choice, refusing to sign on to a bill that raised taxes on billionaires. And as a leaked email revealed, No Labels appreciated it so much that the director of the Billionaire Front Group sent an email telling all of his donors to call Sinema's office and express their gratitude.
So
a month later, the group made it public with this well-produced TV ad.
They call Kirsten Sinema a lot of stuff. We call her tough, independent, principled, always fighting for two-party solutions and for jobs. A senator America can be proud of.
All that public celebration was nice, but the big checks that Sinema received at fundraisers with No Labels donors were even nicer. It netted her over $1 million over just a few months. She did the same thing just about 1 year later on the Inflation Reduction Act. Democrats met incessantly with her, hoping to raise taxes on the wealthy, but the closed-door meetings with billionaires were much more lucrative. No Labels donors were especially generous. Sinema walked away with huge donations from billionaire Donald Trump superfans Henry Kravis, the co-founder of the world's largest private equity firm, anti-union Home Depot founder Ken Langone, and Nelson Peltz, who donated after Sinema put in a request to visit him. There were also meet and greets with corporate lobbyists, mass gifts from the head of Mitt Romney's old company, Bain Capital, and more than $44,000 from the good folks at the private equity megalith Blackstone. The Business Roundtable, a group of 200 CEOs, and the Chamber of Commerce, which represents some of the biggest corporations in the world, were both enamored with Sinema's work. The Roundtable gave Sinema $187,000, while the Chamber gave Sinema $450,000 and a special award for ultimately blocking Build Back Better. And we can't forget Merck, the beloved pharmaceutical company, donated to Sinema as she weakened efforts to lower prescription drug prices. At the end of the day, these billionaires and large corporations...
The actual ghoul. Genuine monster. And you wonder why she has the... And just so you know, Merck. And just so you know, she has the lowest, one of the lowest, if not the lowest approval rating out of any senator in the country right now. And on top of that, still, just so you know, she's been in office for 6 years and hasn't met with her, hasn't met with the people who voted for her once. She hasn't had a town hall. She hasn't talked to her, her constituents to be back to actually speak to them once. Not even once in 6 years. It's still her first term. You're right. Not even once. Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. If you're enjoying the content, hit the subscribe button. If you don't, it'll make Boo very sad. I know a bunch of you who are watching are not subscribed. Join the frenzy. You won't regret it. Thank you, Boo.